Well, the future of Hamilton's LRT, of course, has become a very smoking hot topic during this municipal election. Michael St. John of St. John Realty is here to discuss the project impact on real estate values if that happens. Thanks for joining us this morning.
Thanks for having me.
We're also talking about the economy at large, too. There's actually so many things at play. Before we get to LRT, the recent trade deal with Canada now joining Mexico and the U.S.
Yep.
Now that that's getting up and running, there's an impact here, and we're already seeing it in the States with rising interest rates and forecasts for here as well, and that's going to be an impact.
For sure. I think from an economic perspective, of course, the new trade deal is a very positive thing. The cloud has been sort of, hanging over the Canadian economy for the better part of the last year. That cloud is now, gone, and things will resume as normal, and things are good. From a real estate perspective, that's going to have an impact on interest rates. The one item the Bank of Canada has been very cautious about and concerned about has been the lack of a new trade agreement. And so they've been a little slower in increasing interest rates than they may have wanted to be. With that now, with that issue resolved, they're going to now resume interest rate hikes, and I think the pace will pick up a little bit more. So that's going to impact home buyers, of course. Interest rates will be higher. It's going to impact current homeowners who have interest rates that might be renewing. A mortgage is coming up for renewal, so that's going to have a little bit of an impact for sure.
Absolutely. So this would be a time, looking at that forecast, to lock in and not go with a variable.
For sure. You want to lock your rates in now, and if you're a home buyer that's out there searching, the sooner the better. Of course, if you can find a home, now would be the optimal time, with values still increasing in the market and interest rates sort of coming up at the same time. It's a bit of a lose-lose for buyers, so you want to get into the market sooner rather than later.
Yeah, because these low interest rates have been an incredible opportunity for first-time buyers.
Incredible opportunity. Yeah. I mean, money was virtually free, a year and a half ago.
Right.
So we've come a long way in a short period of time.
Okay, so LRT in Hamilton, if that happens, certainly there's an impact there as well.
Definitely. From a real estate perspective, we see it as being overwhelmingly positive. Developers love our LRT, home buyers love LRT, investors love LRT. So I think we're going to see, of course, if it comes together, I think we're going to see a lot of increased development in and around the line. And I think citywide, I think when you're considering Hamilton as a place to invest, it's a major factor in the decision-making process from a developer perspective.
There's many land capture opportunities.
Right, and with that, we should hopefully unlock a lot of residential homes, units as a result of the transit, which hopefully will assist us with affordability as well, because we do have a bit of a supply and demand crisis at the moment.
Right, so where are we at in demand?
The demand is extremely strong. It has been, it is now, it'll continue to be over the next 5 to 10 years. We expect population in Hamilton to increase significantly, and without the transit, we can't unlock the residential development. So I think the developers need the transit needs the developers. So I think from a real estate perspective, it will be overwhelmingly positive.
How will the balance come out with that demand and the new builds and availability? How is that going to affect affordability? And are people going to be squeezed out of the market pricing-wise?
Well, the more supply you bring onto the market, the less pressure on price. The reason.
So will that match the demand?
It can. I mean, I think a lot of that will depend on the city. And if the city's proactive with working with developers, moving the permits along, and really embracing the development that we need, which I believe that they are, I think we're going to bring a lot of units onto the market, which should actually assist us with affordability.
There's many cons, or we have seconds left, but there's certainly a downside, and hence all the arguments over LRT. But from your real estate perspective, is there a downside or any cons?
From a real estate perspective, not really. I mean, other than the bit of the mess and the inconvenience over the construction time period in that immediate area, from a real estate perspective, things are fairly positive with LRT.
Okay. Hey, thanks, Michael, from St. John.
Thank you.
With your perspective.
Thank you.
A much discussed debate on LRT.
That's for sure.
Speaking of transit, you're driving to work on this Monday. Brian's got that. Weather and traffic and more Morning Live coming up.
Life used to be so